I know. From the last meeting, I know how deeply interested you are in this science. So saying that homeopathy's future is really very bright. You know, the profession of a doctor is to help the poor.
Hello, and I am back on Anand, but
Thank you, Anand bhai. I'm glad to be back.
media science is an important for me.
Okay, I know. From the last meeting, I know how deeply interested you are in this science.
Mm, My my last interview with Dr. Faraz Motiwala was very informative for me. So,
Thank you, thank you. It was a pleasure.
so I was away invited him or Alan was hey my work in our last interview you said the fundamental meaning of homeopathy is like your life. So, why can't be for a work for all the not your diseases?
Uh, you see, Anand, it is important to understand the cause of the disease. What has caused the disease? So, if certain diseases are acute in nature, the results are acute in homeopathy, are very quick. But then there are certain chronic diseases for which homeopathy does take time, but then it cures it from the roots. Now there are certain diseases which are genetic or genome based, um, inherited diseases, autoimmune diseases. So still homeopathy has not developed. I would say it has a scope for development, and maybe we don't know. Maybe God willing, in the future, homeopathy might have an answer for these diseases as well.
Or that like your life, how do you get human for a disease?
So, um, so you see how homeopathy was developed is like there is a tree called as cinchona bark. So when you chew that bark, you get fever. You get shivers, you get chills. So Dr. Henneman, when he saw this, um, when he saw the patient of malaria having malaria symptoms are the same, like fever, chills. So when you make medicine of cinchona and give it to a malaria patient, he gets cured. So that is how the invention of homeopathy happened. So you take the medicine from the bee sting, which is called Apis mellifica, and you take it when a bee stings you. Within minutes, the swelling disappears. So that is how similia similibus curanter, which the homeopathic science believes, comes from.
Yeah. If water is a good medium for homeopathy, it can be seen that it is important in a laboratory.
Yes, yes. Before we didn't have this answer. Before it was said that homeopathic medicines dilution goes beyond Avogadro's number. But recent times, because of the development in super electron microscopes, it seems the scientists have found the particles of homeopathy even in the 200 potency. So yes, yeah. So we have found scientific proof in the laboratory about the presence of homeopathy in it.
I know my grandfather was always in of and do you also
Yes, absolutely. Every case, every day. Yes, yes. Every day, every case is studied. Whenever a new patient comes in homeopathy, unlike as a surgeon, we have certain, medicines which we give. Like, for example, if there is infection, I give a set of antibiotics or a painkiller. But in homeopathy, every person, I have to take him as an individual entity. So definitely, it's a continuous learning process. As a doctor, the professions like doctors, lawyers, they have to continuously upgrade, continuously keep reading, continuously keep in touch with the modern, side of their science.
do you all medicine had the human or only never be medicine have that connection.
Uh, this would be a bit tough question for me, but I think that medicines like Ayurveda and homeopathy have a spiritual touch to it. We cannot deny that spiritual touch because these medicines are a direct form of nature. So definitely, yes, the science of homeopathy and Ayurveda, I would say maybe even Unani would have a touch of the nature and spirituality to it.
If one every part of the new part that help me operate the game that offer offer in the name go for everything that woman if it is or any help.
So you mean to say that why do the National Health Organization say that homeopathy is ineffective?
Yeah.
Uh, you could say that the homeopathic pharmacy is not strong enough to, to pressurize the governments of the world about its efficacy. The homeopathic fraternity is not financially strong enough to fight with the modern medicine pharmaceutical giants. So that's why it's not able to set ground. Because if you see, um, financially, an antibiotic costs around 200 rupees, but the same medicine in homeopathy may cost around 20 or 30 rupees. So, yeah, so the financial power is more towards the modern medicine, which can have more advertisements, which can have more connections with the government and make certain policies in favor of them. And same way, homeopathy does not have that financial strength to fight these giants. But if you see in UK, the Queen was taking homeopathy. Even Prince Charles takes homeopathy. If I am not mistaken, there's Dr. White in London, who was the doctor for the Queen. He was a homeopath who would give medicine to the Queen. Unfortunately, he passed away in an accident. If I am not wrong, is Dr. White or Whittaker? I think Dr. White. He was the physician for the Queen, a homeopath.
In the law, in you say calling for you, rolling are in bonding in me. While the bonding in me, the everything of the home medicine.
Homeopathic medicines, as I told you, work at a dynamic level. So, the dynamic level, these smells um, have an effect on, you have effect of camphor, you smell coffee. So these things are very strong and very potent in the effect of these medicines as they work at a dynamic level. So that's why and that is not all the homeopathic medicines, of course. There are certain medicines for which the doctor says don't have onion, don't have coffee, but in general, patients want the doctor to tell, "Ki, doctor, what should I follow? Should I eat this or no?" So, we tend to tell the patient, okay, don't have this, don't have onions, don't have coffee. So the patient also likes it, that okay, he is, he wants discipline. So in that case also we tell the patients usually. But not all homeopathic medicines need to be followed in this way. But there are certain which a doctor has to tell the patient not to have coffee or not to have onions.
So if bonding in me, the everything of home. What if I'm in home meeting a parent nearby me has to a button?
If that medicine is one, see, it is not perfume. It is coffee. If you go to a perfume shop, when you try the perfumes, they keep a bottle of coffee. Have you seen they keep a coffee? You have to smell the coffee, because coffee dilutes the uh, scents. So coffee, it's not all perfumes. It is coffee. It is a smell of onion. The pungent, the the pungency of onion. It is those things. It's not always perfume. It is a misunderstanding that it is about perfume. It is not perfume. It is coffee and camphor also. Camphor also antidotes many medicines. Camphor, but not perfumes.
Do homeopathic medicine have any side effects?
Well, homeopathic medicines as such do not have side effects, but we can say that they have something called as the proving of medicine. So, homeopathy believes that if a healthy human being has a medicine for a prolonged period of time, then he starts showing symptoms which that medicine can cure. So that is called homeopathic proving. That is how homeopathy is invented. So many healthy people are given a medicine, and then over a period of time they write down the symptoms which they get after having that medicine. And then when they write it down and study it, and then when they find a person having those symptoms, they give that medicine to that person, and that person is healed.
But the the help that in homeopathy.
Well, recent research are finding of the particles in the 1M potency. So this is one very big feat which is going, which is happening. We had got it till the 200 potency. Plus, their research is going on very certain diseases like which seem to be incurable. There are studies going on HIV. There are studies going on immune diseases. So these are the researches going on worldwide. So yes, there is continuous research process going on. In as a orthopedic surgeon, there is a medicine called Symphytum, which has been studied and researched by great doctors. And after giving that medicine, the fracture healing, which is called the callus formation, is really fast. So this is one research we had done over here a few years back. So definitely there are researches going on.
What would be the of homeopathy?
Well, the future of homeopathy is really very bright, especially because it's a spiritual, spiritual healing which it inculcates, and it's a safe way of medication. Of course, it does not undermine the modern medicine. The modern medicine has its own role to play in the society. So, like I mentioned last time, that each of these sciences has its own role. So, if homeopathy is safe, it's without side effects, and it works very well. It's a wrong concept that homeopathy works slow. No, it does not work slow. It for chronic a disease which is a chronic disease for years together, 10 years, 15 years, you're having that disease. You should give homeopathy at least 2 months to work, whereas we take painkillers for lifetime. So saying that homeopathy's future is really very bright, and it's the medicine of the future.
Would you like in my view of the more medical point was the and what
Yes, this is a trust. This is a Baha'i inspired institute which believes that all the sciences together should come to the healing of the patient, and it believes in the unity of the religion and similarly unity of all the faculties of medicine. It was established by Dr. F.F. Motiwala, my father, in 1989. So he is the founder of this institute. And yes, we believe that homeopathy is a very, very safe and it's a very good science for people to know about, to learn, for the budding doctors if they want to pursue medicine. It's a good field. Homeopathy is a very good field. So yes,
some idea of how other doctors can be of helpful for
the profession of a doctor is to help the poor. You see, so if we think of a doctor's profession that he can only earn money, and also I don't think that this field is the field to earn money. This field, when you become a doctor, somewhere in your heart you are always there to help the poor. You have always been brought up in that environment of helping others. So a doctor is a doctor is born with that thing to help others, to do charity.
Any man that would here in our biblical
I think I spoke about all the aspects. I believe. So whatever questions you have, I would gladly answer. Yes, thank you, Anand bhai.
we already let us know we here about your of the IU have
Oh, it's very good. I think it's a very good invention that we can communicate, and I'm very glad that we have this.
Yeah.
It's a very good invention. Yes, yes, Anand bhai.
Thank you so much for the information and your time.
You're most welcome, bhai. You are most welcome. You're welcome.
Bye for now.
Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.